Glory, are you there, Glory?
Yes, Paul. Hi.
Hi, Glory. Out of the blue.
Yeah, so it's key in a completely unexpected way.
Out of the blue, yeah. Where do you think that comes from? Out of the blue, Glory.
I think I heard in like blue means like sad feeling, like we.
Um, well, you are right. You are right. Blue does mean that different colors don't have different meanings. So if you're yellow in English, yellow means that you're a chicken, you're scared, you're a coward. Okay. If you're blue, it means that you are sad. If you're green, what does green mean?
New.
New.
Moody.
Exactly. Green, no, green means that you're
Fake.
naive, you're innocent, you're new, you don't know, very green. But you can also be green with envy. You can be green with jealousy. If you're jealous of someone, you're green with envy. So words do have different, the colors do have different meanings, but not here, Glory.
Okay.
That's not what it means. Can you think of something which is really big and blue?
Sky.
The sky is one. Can you think of another one?
Land.
Not the land, the sea.
Ocean.
Sea.
The
Sea.
sea.
Yeah.
So out of the blue means the sea. Imagine you're looking, if just imagine you're on a boat looking at the sea, and then all of a sudden, whoosh, a fish comes out. You've got no idea when that's going to happen or where that's going to happen. It's just completely out of the blue. So that's what it means. It comes out of the sea. It's a strange thing. So completely unexpected. No understanding that it was going to happen at all out of the blue. Okay, good knowledge. Sevchan, what about profusely?
Yes, profusely is age,
H.
or is age happening a lot or in great quantity.
Can you think of something that can happen profusely?
Um,
Sweet. Sweating.
I'm only talking to Sevchan, guys. Okay. Sweat is one of
mm,
them, but there's something else. What would happen if I cut my finger off, Sevchan?
Finger?
Yeah, if I cut my finger off,
Yes, blood. Blood
blood,
is
you can
profusely.
bleed. So profusely is an adverb, isn't it? So
Yeah,
you can bleed profusely. You can
yeah,
sweat profusely when you're exercising and sweat is coming out.
yeah.
You can also, I'm talking about common collocations in English. If you use bad words in English, that's called swearing. You can
Mm.
swear profusely as well. When you're driving and someone goes in front of you and they shouldn't, you're like, "Oh, yap, 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 yap." You're swearing profusely. Okay. So profusely is the adjective. Can anybody tell me is the adverb. Can anyone tell me the adjective?
Profuse.
Profound.
Profuse.
Profuse. So if you
Profuse.
think about it, I can say he was bleeding profusely, or I am sweating profusely, or you can say profuse bleeding or profuse sweating, using bleeding and sweating as nouns and describing the bleeding, describing the sweating. Okay, good. Let's go for Maria.
Sorry, this one is gone H and H is again A was H as well.
Sorry, that was
It
supposed
was
to be
I.
For I.
That was I. Thank you. Yeah. Okay, let's go for Maria.
Yeah. Reputable, it's seen, but be known for having good quality or being reliable.
So if you have good quality or you are reliable, how would people, what's another way of describing you? You would have a good
Reputation.
reputation. Reputation's the noun. And now some people do say reputable, but I say reputable.
Reputable.
Reputable. I think that reputable is probably the way that it would be pronounced by the Queen if she was alive. Yeah, reputable. Okay, next one. Let's go for Hussein.
Yes. For number 6,
Mhm.
repulsive. I mean, it's a feeling of absolute disgust.
No, it's not. That would be revulsion. That would be revulsion. Now, grammatically, Hussein,
Yeah.
grammatically, there was a clue there because revulsion, shun. What type of word is
The
shun?
noun, yeah?
It's a noun, and
Yeah.
a feeling is a noun, isn't it?
Yes, that's also a noun.
Repulsive, what type of word is that?
It is adjective.
It's an adjective, isn't it?
Yeah, it is an adjective.
So that one is this one.
Hell.
With the pulsing of you.
Okay. To repulse. Okay. Just imagine you're in an army. Okay. And there's another army coming to attack you, and you fight them and fire guns at them, and they keep going
Push.
back. You are
Okay.
repulsing them.
Oh, push them back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But we don't use it very often like that. We don't use it very often like that. Instead, we describe people as repulsive or actions as repulsive. And what we really mean is that they're really bad. Okay, they're really so bad. So imagine you're a woman, Hussein. Okay,
Unfortunately.
you're standing at a party,
Yeah.
and the man comes over, and he's like trying to I want to buy you a drink. You are gorgeous, and you don't like him. You would think he is repulsive.
Yeah.
Okay, and maybe he's got really bad breath. The breath is repulsive. It's because it makes you go, oh, you want to go away from it. So that's repulsive. Having this quality of pushing you away. It's so bad, it's so horrible that it pushes you away. It's repulsive. Would you like to be described as repulsive, Hussein?
To describe repulsive?
Would you like it if somebody described you as repulsive?
No, never.
No. You're the opposite. What's the opposite of repulsive?
Attractive.
Attractive, yeah.
Yeah.
Attractive or magnetic. Yeah.
Charming.
Towards you. Yeah, charming possibly, but attractive and magnetic mean pulling towards, and repulsive means pushing away. Okay. Okay. Shelf life. Let's go. Mohammed Yusuf, are you there? Shelf life. No? You're not there?
Yes.
Mohammed Yusuf? Are you there?
Yes, I'm there.
Okay. Tell me, what do you think that means, shelf life?
Okay. And something how something is valid and useful.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I forgot a word there. I should have said long. How long? Sorry. How long? Sorry about that. I've made a mistake there. So yeah, how long? Now, people often, so when we go to the shops, you look at something, don't you? And you say, oh, I can have this for, I can do this for a month. This will last for a month. How a loaf of bread, normally the shelf life for a loaf of bread is about a week, isn't it? And then it starts to go stale, goes hard, you can't have it. But a tin of beans has got a much longer shelf life, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's years and years and years, a tin of beans shelf life. But also, quite often, people feel like they have a shelf life. That once you get to a certain age, nobody wants to give you a job, for instance.
Yep.
They talk about having a shelf life as well, which is sad. Okay, thank you, Mohammed. That's good. Christina?
Yes.
What do you think about entrenched? It's an interesting word, isn't it? Entrenched.
And then it's G, deeply a part of life or thinking.
Absolutely. Entrenched. Now, in the middle of this word is a noun. What's the word? Just Christina.
I didn't understand question. Could you?
In the middle of this word, there is a noun.
Noun.
Yeah. What do you think the noun is that's in the middle of that word? Can you work it out? There's a suffix and a prefix on this word.
Entrenched.
This is the prefix, N, and the suffix, ED. Okay. So there's a word in the middle. What's that word?
Trench.
Trench.
Oh, I don't know this word.
Don't know it. Okay, well, this is the central understanding of the word. Do you know in the First World War?
Yeah.
Okay, it was on one side the Germans, and on the other side, the French and the English, etc., and the Russians. Okay. They didn't often fight each other. They just sat waiting for fighting, didn't they?
Mm-hmm.
In trenches. Okay. So this is the battlefield, and they were all sitting in these, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
At the side of the war. They were sitting here waiting, and sometimes they would pop their head up and someone would shoot them. This is this is a trench.
Okay.
So that's quite deep, isn't it? That's like about 10 foot deep into the floor. A trench.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about 10 foot deep where you
it's
can
like
walk.
tunnel
No.
underground. No.
Well, a tunnel would be completely underground.
Yeah,
Christina,
it's a little bit like
It's
yeah,
open. It's open to the air, so you
Yeah.
can see the
Like a
sky.
ditch.
Like a ditch.
Yeah.
A trench is a type of a
Christina, tranšeja on our language.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
understand. Yeah, I understand.
same word by the sounds of things. Yeah, a ditch is a trench, but a ditch is only for water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trench is for other things, so you could put people in there, for instance.
Yeah, they look similar, that's why.
Very, very similar. So if you think about it, if something is entrenched, it's dug deep into your personality, or it's dug deep into your society. So for instance, the idea in Islam of haram and halal, that's a deeply entrenched idea, isn't it? You know, that's something that doesn't exist in English, in Christianity. You know, we don't have that idea of haram and halal, but it's deeply entrenched in other cultures. It's something that you cannot get away from. It's really very an important value in Islam, haram and halal. It's deeply entrenched. If you think about the idea in, let's say in Britain, do you think people in Britain would be happy if you said no more voting for your leader?
No.
No.
Democracy is deeply entrenched in the UK, isn't it?
Yes.
If you just take democracy away from Britain, there would be a revolution. There would be a riot. You know, everyone would start fighting. It's a deeply entrenched value. And it's often used with cultural ideas, entrenched. It's really interesting, isn't it? It means that you've dug a trench and put something into it. I really like that word. It's not a very common word in English.
Deep roots.
Deep-rooted. It's a deep-rooted idea.
Yeah.
It's not like engraved, Jesna, because engraved is not very deep, is it? But it does have another meaning. If something's engraved, it means it's there forever. So imagine that you've got a cup and you engrave something like Paul. Paul loves Gemma. Okay. Now on a tree that would be a carving. On metal it would be engraved, and you can't get rid of that, can you? It's there forever. So it's not exactly the same as entrenched. Entrenched means it's really, really deep inside society. It's not just that it's there forever. It's that it's deeply entrenched. It's a part of everything that we think about. Okay. Similar to engraved, though. Yeah. And then we've got illogical, not making sense.
Yes.
Predominantly means
Mainly.
It sounds like it means something a lot stronger, doesn't it? Predominant. It sounds like I'm going to dominate. But it doesn't. Dominant, like if you think about genes, if a mother and a father have a child, they pass their genes, don't they? But
Yeah.
some genes are dominant, aren't they? Like eye color genes and things like that. They're dominant. That means that they're stronger than the other genes.
Recessive genes.
Yeah. And you've got recessive, which is the opposite. Thanks, Carmen. I'm just going to pop everyone on mute for now. Okay. So you've got recessive, which is weaker, and you've got dominant, which is right now doing it. When we say predominantly, we're not saying that something is stronger. We're just saying that it occurs more. So predominantly. So if you say, if you go to the Middle East, people have predominantly got brown hair, haven't they? People have got predominantly brown hair if you go to the Middle East, or black hair. That's not the case in England. You know, in the UK, people have got all kinds of different kinds of colours of hair. So it's not, there isn't anything predominantly happening in that way. Okay. You could possibly say that Britain is a predominantly Christian country. Okay. It doesn't mean that everyone is Christian, but it's the majority. It's mainly. So it sounds like a really strong word, but it's not really. It just means mainly, relating to the majority. And then flourish is a great word, a lovely word. I hope everyone in this room is flourishing at the moment in your life, okay? Which is
Okay.
doing very well and growing, flourishing. Now, if you plant lots of carrots in a field and then you see lots of green growing, then you know that your carrot crop is flourishing. Obviously, a human, I mean, I'm 44 years old, okay? If I say I'm flourishing now, it doesn't mean I'm physically growing. It means I'm doing well.
Okay.
I'm healthy. I'm developing.
Format, technique, and practice. This is the usual formal structure for these types of classes.
Okay, so here I am with Edwin. Hi, Edwin.
Hey, Paul.
Hi, nice to see you. Okay, so Edwin, you are an OET hero, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay, super. So where do you live?